called me out on everything, and I really processed some stuff.
Yes.
And then I was going to fly home because I was like, I'm cured. I'm cured. I can go back home. That's where my friends are. My friends are back home.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I think you had the same therapist as Mike Tyson. On some real shit.
Why?
On some real shit.
Why you say that?
Because Mike Tyson went to therapy and all of that and the treatments and stuff out here. And he said it was a little old lady who called him on his shit. I'm just putting two and two together.
You know the therapist I had, Miss Desiree was her name.
Okay.
She actually worked for so prior to her being at the treatment center I was at, she worked at them fancy people where the famous people go.
I'm telling you, you fucking probably had Mike Tyson's therapist.
She told me she...
Was she Jewish? Was she Jewish?
Oh, that I don't know. She didn't look Jewish.
She white?
Yeah, she was white.
This probably was Mike Tyson's therapist.
She said she works with Demi Lovato. And
it probably was Mike Tyson. Okay. All right, taking you out the story. Okay, go ahead.
So
recover every time. Home. But before you get there, just know. Mm-hmm. God was sitting on that plane next to you.
Oh, 1,000%.
You was on your way to Arizona.
1,000%. Yes.
So
and
all the time, all the time that you was blaming him.
Oh yeah.
He was right next to you.
That's why I didn't die, and I firmly believe. And it took my second OWI when I crashed into a building, and I did 4 hit and runs and drove on the wrong side of the road. I should have died because they had to revive me.
Yes.
And that they had to Narcan me, I think 6 times. And Narcan is the overdose bring back, right? Somebody overdoses, you give them a shot of Narcan, and it's you bring them back from the dead.
Did you see the light?
No, I
didn't see just blackness.
Yeah, just straight blackness.
Damn it!
My heart was pretty fucking.
Only if I could have a guest that's seen the light, and you come back and tell us it was like this,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I have a discussion, right?
Ooh.
That nobody knows what death is like. Nobody knows where the fuck you go when you die.
We don't.
You know who the fuck's gonna tell you where you gonna go, heaven or hell?
I guess
how you gonna tell me?
Right.
Okay.
But that was my first God is here.
Yeah.
And that was 2017.
Okay.
So 2017 was when I was like, okay, it's either God that's got my back or it's my grandma. I was still confused, right? Because I was like, my grandma's got me.
Yeah. Been your angel. Right.
Exactly.
I got you.
Because I always struggled with the higher power thing, calling him God. Because I'm like, how is it a him and how is it God? And why isn't it a she? And why is the name got to be God?
Yes.
I always struggled with that.
Here on Inconsistently Consistent, we struggle with that too.
Yeah.
I always say God and him, but really, I got questions about that too. Because God, the spelling, if we spell it backwards, is dog.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How'd they come up with that name?
I always had a complex.
Yes. Higher power.
I'll either stick with the word higher power.
Okay. Or the spirit.
The spirit.
Okay,
the universe,
I like that.
My grandma.
Yeah, I like that.
Depends on the day. Then I'm like, yes, I call my higher power God.
Right. Okay.
It all depends. It really depends.
Yeah, him or her.
Yeah.
Right. I got questions
if I
too.
Think too much about it, then I'm like,
how the fuck did we get? Yeah. How the fuck did we get on him being a him and a her and a?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just is what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
So I wanted to.
We can go on tangents about that too.
We really could. So I wanted to go home because that's where my friends are. So I had my apartment back home.
Yeah.
So I left my apartment. I left my car.
You left everything.
Left everything. I talked to my attorney and I said, "Am I bonded to the state of Wisconsin or am I allowed to leave?"
Okay.
He said, "You have not been formally charged yet. You are allowed to do whatever you want."
Nice.
What is your plan? And I told him, I want to go try treatment out of Arizona.
Good.
He said, go. And if anything comes up, I will get in touch with you.
Okay.
I said, okay. So at the end of treatment, I wanted to come home because that's where my friends are. That's where fucking life is, right? Milwaukee, what the fuck?
Same old habits.
Yeah. Well, my treatment team, I was so grateful that I allowed them to get to know me and I shared everything, all my nitty gritties with them. So where they were able to sit me down and be like, Alysa, are you sure that's where you belong? And they said, every time you have relapsed, you have gone to X amount of treatments. And every time you have relapsed, it's been because of this, this, or this, or this. Work, friends, family. You don't know how to handle them. You don't go to meetings because you're going for a popularity contest, right? You're not doing things in your life for the right fucking reason.
Right. Fucking J-Lo, but
how are you going to stop that cycle? And once they said that, and then they asked,
Yeah.
How many of those friends have called you since you've been here?
Oh, that's such a fucking good question.
Yeah, but it hurt because none of them fucking called.
That's
none of them Facebooked, none of them nothing.
They was all out getting hot.
Yeah, we're dead. And so from that moment, I was like, okay, well, what do you suggest? That was one of my earliest memories of taking suggestions came in.
Okay.
I said, what do you suggest I do then?
Yes.
They said, go to Sober Living. Go to Oxford House.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to say what the name of it was.
Good old Oxford House.
Okay. Oh,
yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
So I went to an Oxford House. It's democratically ran, fully self-supporting. The members of the house pay their way.
Okay.
Right? So we all pay X amount of dollars every week, which accumulates to X amount of dollars a month. We pay our bills. We have the house has its own checking account. We pay all of our bills, our rent. So we learn, right?
You learn how to get back into society the right way.
We learn how to pay bills. We learn how to pay rent on time. We have house meetings where we discuss how people are doing. What do you need help on?
How you feeling?
How many meetings have you gone to? Because in an Oxford House, you're required to work a program of recovery, whether that's AA, NA, CA, HA, whatever A you want to work. You just got to work a fucking program.
You got to put the A in the shit to work it. Okay.
You know, you have to work steps, right? Because most of these programs are a 12-step program.
Okay.
So you got to work steps and you got to have a sponsor.
Okay.
So because of these rules and guidelines, and I was terrified of not doing things correctly because I'm not from here. I can't get kicked out of somewhere when I ain't from here.
Yeah. Well, was the let me ask you this. Was the friend that you came out here originally, was he still your friend?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's back in Milwaukee.
Oh, he went back.
So he went back.
Okay.
He's got his kids out there, so he's like fighting for
got
his
it,
kids.
got it. So you had to make it work at the Oxford House.
He was still out here at that time.
Oh, okay.
But now he's back. But when I got out of treatment, I wanted to do things for myself.
For yourself. Okay.
Because I always relied on somebody else or something.
Yes.
Right? Like as much as I wanted to say I was fully self-supporting in my life.
Yes.
When I was in treatment, I realized I wasn't. Right. And that hurt because I had this ego that I've done everything. Yes. And it's always been me, and it has always been me, but I always looked for that person I could gain from. Right. Like you couldn't be in my life if you didn't have something to offer me. Now I got friends in my life who ain't got shit to offer me but some love.
Right. Just friendship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like before you had to have something materialistic to offer me. I didn't give a fuck about your friendship. I don't need you to answer my phone and listen to my problems. I need you to give me something. Okay. You know, so now today it's different.
And how does that feel?
It's it's weird sometimes because I never had that.
Yeah.
You know, I never even had that in my household growing up. So it gets weird. Sometimes I'm like, what do they want from me? Right? Like they must want something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty crazy clean. So like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah.
But then I have to remind myself that's my disease talking to me to try to make me separate, different, and alone.
I like the fact that you called it a disease.
Yeah, it is. It's just
I like
anything.
the fact that you said that.
It really is. I'm like,
addiction is a disease.
It is. Okay. It's just like anything. It can be in remission.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can.
It can come back at any point in time.
It can if you don't take your medicine. And my medicine is Narcotics Anonymous. Okay. My medicine is also staying an alumni member of the Oxford House that I left. Right? So like, what's really cool about it is I get to help people today because I took to the model. I understand the model. I reached out and I asked questions. I allowed the house to do for me what I couldn't do for myself, right? Okay. They showed me I can open up to women. Yes. I hated fucking women. Fucking hated them. Hated them. Mommy issues and sister issues, okay? I fucking hated women and I didn't trust them. Fucking, you would not catch
like
me
all
doing
females.
shit.
That sounds like all females.
Yeah. But like I had this like real hate for women. Yeah, like it wasn't like a maybe we could be friends. It was...
Well, you said it before, too. You had a hate for humans.
Exactly. So. But if you were women...
Yes, you really fucking hated them.
You weren't fucking coming near me.
Okay.
And that's because of some shit with my sister and my mom.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the mommy and sister issues.
Got you.
But this house, it did for me what I couldn't do for myself, which was show me that women aren't horrible. It showed me that women can be kind and compassionate and caring. Absolutely.
And
trusting.
Yes.
Right? Because, like... was betrayed by female family members.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you some shit because you're gonna.
It's a whole lot of shit that was rooted.
Yeah, exactly.
That was rooted. Yeah, that you were dealing with.
And then this house held me accountable. So like when I wanted to be like an asshole just because I can, because I'm Alysa and the world revolves around me, not you. They would call me on that. Yeah.
We all feel like that.
They would call me on it and be like, that's not okay. You can't make people around you feel less than. Yeah. Because you're like entitled or feeling empowered or like, you know, like you just, there's a way to do it. So now I can respectfully speak my opinions. Versus like just cutting people down. Like I know how to like have those uncomfortable conversations with people and like set boundaries, which I didn't know what a fucking boundary was before.
I still don't know what a boundary is.
It gets a little weird, but I have a lot of help in like teaching me because that's what life is. It's being taught. Yeah. So not only does Narcotics Anonymous teach me a lot of things because I do some step work. So I look at like the inside of me. Yes. I used to be real worried about like my physical appearance and like I had to have the latest Jordans and I had to have all the like nice fancy people things. Yes. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I still haven't bought a pair of Jordans since I've been in Arizona. And I'm okay with that. Okay. Because what I'm wearing, if that is what is attracting you to me, that is the wrong thing for you to be attracted to. Because I'd rather you be attracted to me because of my personality or because you just want to fucking get to know me, not because I got like the latest fucking Jordans on.
But we talked about this before. It's the society and the way the society is today.
It is. Like
that shit that you just said, that's what you just said? That shit boring. Like, who cares about your personality? Right. I'm just trying to smash.
I've been single for
that. Could be.
I'm not going to be a fashionista. Okay. Because I want to like get the guy. Yeah. No, I'm like focused on busting my ass.
That's good.
So I can give myself the life I deserve.
No, you're busting your ass so you can give your life purpose.
Yes. I mean, my life has purpose. Yes. It definitely has purpose now. Like I'm an alumni for the state of Arizona through Oxford House. I hold a position on their state association. I'm alumni to Chapter 8, which is also through Oxford House. I am a member of Narcotics Anonymous, so I have 3 sponsees. So I'm taking 3 other people through the steps of Narcotics Anonymous. Nice. I have a sponsor who's taking me through the steps. Nice. I am a supervisor at my job, and I've only been there a little over a year. So as far as the purpose, I think I've got that part. It's now I get to live a life that like I get to go on trips and I can if I want to go get like I wouldn't bought these shoes because I wanted them and I haven't bought myself anything for a very long time because that's not who I am. Yeah. But like I'm able to like give myself the things I like want or I take care of my needs at all times, right? Like if my needs aren't met, I'm not buying a want. Okay. But I also put myself in a position where if I want something, I account for it. Like, okay, so I really want to go on this cruise. What the fuck am I going to do to make it happen? Yeah. Does that mean more hours? Does that mean I don't spend so much in this area of my life, or I don't touch my credit cards, or I don't do this? Like, I'm an adult.
It's called adulting.
Exactly. Like, I managed some things. Yeah. But like the life I lived
that's really what it is. Yeah.
I didn't see those things as things I wanted. When I was like in my addiction, I didn't want to take trips. I didn't even know what a suitcase was, right? Like, what the fuck? I never went on a plane until the only time I ever flew was when I was in recovery.
That's the first time of you flying?
Yeah, so the first time I ever went on a trip was my very first time in recovery. Yeah, and that was in 2018 was the first time I flew to go to a world convention of Narcotics Anonymous. I was clean for like 2 years that time. Obviously, I didn't stay clean because here we are in 2022 and I only got 2 years clean. And that was 2018. But that was the first time I flew, and I flew with other recovering addicts who taught me how to pack a suitcase and what the weight is and what to put in it. So you had to
retrain and relearn every fucking thing.
Everything, because I didn't know. The only thing I knew was dope, getting in a car, who to listen to, how to do it, and that was like it. I knew how to go to work. That was something that was instilled with me at a very young age.
Yeah, because I was going to say, shit, you had your apartment at 16 and shit, so you knew how to pay bills and
I also had a lot of roommates at that
going.
time. I had a lot of roommates at that time.
Okay.
So, like, I knew, like, the simple things about life.
Right.
But I didn't know any of, like, these great things, like the good restaurants, right? Like, now I get to go to good restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to eat at Burger King and Taco Bell. Like, I can take myself to a steakhouse because
I don't know what a good restaurant is yet.
Oh, yeah. You'll get there. I don't either. So, I'm still learning, too. I'm still learning. But, you know, for my 32nd birthday, I went to a fucking steakhouse.
Burger King and McDonald's is good food to me, okay?
It is.
All
it
right?
is. Depends
Don't
on the
judge
day.
me.
Depends on the day. I'm with you. But, you know, like, I've never been able to take myself to these things.
To a place.
Like, my parents would be like, hey, it's time for somebody's birthday. Let's go to the steakhouse.
Yeah.
My parents did that.
Yeah. So you didn't never do it yourself.
Stuff for myself. Correct.
Okay, I got you.
So that's, like, the difference, right? Like, I want to go on a cruise, so I'm going to make it happen.
Yes.
I wanted to go to Seattle because I'm sponsored to go because I'm the alumni people. But I don't necessarily, like, have all the things I want.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I need to sit down and look at, like, the things I need to go on this trip.
Got you.
Check mark, check mark, check mark. Now, what is it that I absolutely want on this on this trip? Okay, can I make it happen? Do I want to make it happen? Like, what's the impact of making this happen, right? So it's I get to do things that my wildest dreams come true.
Let me tell you something.
Recovery.
Let me tell you something. The crazy thing about it is, full circle, right? The crazy thing about what you just said is that you've been prioritizing your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you said, you get to do some of the great shit now.
Yep.
You get to go on trips and cruises and this, that, and the third. Take away from this so I can make sure that this happens.
Yep.
You've been doing it your whole life because you did that with drugs.
Except this one's it's actually got a real
This is
purpose.
a positive, right?
Yes.
This is a positive.
This is bringing something to the
You've been
world
doing
now.
it the whole time and just didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So
the only thing I prioritized was how I was going to get high.
Exactly. It's still priority. It's still priority.
Yeah,
it's still prioritizing.
Still prioritizing.
Yeah,
I can
it still
see
is
it that way, but
And I will say this. I will even go further to say that that's still that's a good thing. That's a good, even though you were doing, look. We all have this fine line and we all have this fucking blurred line, right? From what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
We all have this.
Yeah.
But if you got any moral or any good inside of you, right? You do good shit even when you're doing bad shit. And that's the yin and yang of life. It just really is.
I don't see anything good that I did in my past life.
You prioritized.
That's probably about it.
That's what I'm saying. You prioritized. You did something good.
That's probably
You did something good, right?
That's probably it. And try to get dudes some money to get out of jail.
Right. Look. See?
Probably it.
See? You had some type of good inside of you somewhere.
Yeah.
You wasn't all the way lost. Is my whole point.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, you wasn't all the way lost.
I did have some
and I say,
moment.
And I say all of that because
tell me why you say all of that.
I say absolutely. Let me tell you why I say all of that. I say all of that because Alysa, you are human, right? And as much as we would love to be fucking perfect, we're not.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're not perfect.
Absolutely. And
you're going to fuck up. You're going to have problems. You're going to have highs. You're going to have lows. Mm-hmm. It's called life.
For sure.
So with you saying that nothing good came out of your past, I beg to differ.
Okay.
I beg to differ only because, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Only because you're human and you had to go through that bad.
Yes.
So you can show someone else good.
Yes, in that aspect. And then like when you think about like if you because I always tell people when they're applying for jobs who has never worked before, right?
Yes.
Like we're determined to get dope, right? So like you have determination,
right?
So like yes, there is some qualities.
Yeah, there's some qualities that come out of that, and that thank you. That's the point that I was trying to make.
Yes,
is that there's some
for it to click.
Right? You know,
but
it's probably how I be saying shit because sometimes I be saying shit fucked up.
For a second I was like, no,
like no, motherfucker, no, it was all bad.
Like, yeah, but there was times. There was Like I was determined. I persevered through a lot of shit. I was
Right. And I'm trying to
I have those same qualities today in recovery.
Exactly.
And positive. And I see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make sure
that negativity into that positivity.
Right.
Same aspect, but now you're doing it in a different lifestyle.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So and again,
moment. I'm a little slow sometimes.
Hey,
I'm a little slow.
Aha moments. And again, me doing this podcast and me talking to you today, again, I'm always the type of person where I will hear your story.
Yeah.
Or if I have a story, right?
Thank you for sharing your side too, by the way, because I didn't know some of that shit.
Yeah.
That's why we click. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I still got shit that I'm dealing with.